What's up, family? What's up, everybody? What's going on with everyone? How's everybody doing? Wow. I mean, I know it was a last minute live, but dang, 10? I'm only seeing 10 people. We gonna rock like it's 132. How about that? We gonna rock. Um, Welcome you guys to the podcast. Thank you guys for joining us so late in the game. Normally I would go on Instagram to rally people in, but I'm not. I'm just gonna rock with y'all because y'all decided to rock with me. So let's get into it. Let me say hi to everybody that's in the chat, everybody that decided they were gonna come out tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you guys. I appreciate y'all. Let me say hi to, I see Lanaya. I can't ever say your name, but I'm going to call you Ned. Ned, what's up? Robert E says he likes Chinese food. I do too. I like me some chicken and broccoli. Vaughn says, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Pam, thank you, ma'am. Y'all, shout out to Pam on here. We love us some Pam. Vaughn is in the building. John is in the building. Lulu is gonna do their thing. Okay, cool. They're gonna work out while they listening to me. Great. See, Lanaya's in the chat. What's up, girl? Always supporting me. Puerto Rican Prince is one of those myths, the bad boy myth. I could add that one in there, but I don't think. What's the myth about bad boys? That women like bad boys or don't like bad boys? Because I don't think that's a myth. I think that's true. Women like the bad boys. But I do have something to say to that if that is what you want to get at. AO Status B says we're here in the building. Fierce up. Base noticer of patterns. Oh, says look so fine. I try now. I try. I tell y'all all the time. I'm not gonna I be going on here and I try very hard on all my platforms to, this particular platform, just like Facebook, there's no grace, beloved. You got to look like you. There's no filter. So that's why I don't try to use heavy filters on other things. So what's up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Thank you, Tribal. Antoine's in the building. Damn good lifestyle. Okay, I like that's cute. I like that name. 1,000. Okay. All right, y'all. So what's up, everybody? What's going on? First, I want to say thank you guys for joining me tonight. I know it was last minute. So thank you guys for always supporting me. This was something that came to me last minute. It's been a very busy week for me between my daughter and school. And I had an orientation, a presentation I had to do. And I wasn't able to be here. So, I thank you guys for joining me when I could. I'm going to be on for an hour. I have a strict cutoff time at 9. So I'm going to do my very best not to be long-winded. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for advance for those who sow into your girls, sow into this soil. I try very hard, y'all. Very, very hard. Only I think Pam Tribal, they know I work very hard. Y'all, some people think that you just get on social media, you get a following. That's not how that works on YouTube. YouTube is one of them audiences, family. And as being a YouTube audience member, you got to bring more to the table than being cute in YouTube. Instagram, you could be cute and you could get a following for sure. TikTok, perhaps as well. But I'm thankful to God that He has opened up the door for me to have an opinion that matters. Yes, just as many videos as it's gone viral of my appearance, it's gone viral of my opinion. And I'm thankful because I feel like God has given me a purpose. He's created me for a purpose. And so I'm thankful for that. So I want to thank you guys. If you want to sow into the soil, if you want to hit the Cash App, thank you guys in advance for hitting the Cash App. Thank you guys for hitting the super chats. The support for me is, y'all don't know how much it helps me. I don't even want to get into how much it helps me, but it helps me a lot with creating this content, being consistent with the content. It helps me tremendously. Yes, and hit that like button, y'all. It is absolutely free and is very, very helpful to me if you hit that like button. We also have the More Than Just Pretty podcast that I just have really in the last few months. We started in May that we started. And y'all, we already got thousands of listeners, thousands of downloads. You can go ahead if you have the time and desire to help us out, go ahead and put us a 5-star review over there. Okay. That is my unedited podcast. I'm gonna start not editing my videos, honestly, y'all. It's my new thought process. I'm gonna do something different. I think unedited videos are like in right now. So I think I'm gonna start doing that. Anyway, guys, I see Lanaya. I see O'Neill. O'Neill says you can help me with my doubt regarding the eyes. Interesting. The eyes. I don't know what that means. Okay, so I don't know, O'Neill, what you're saying. But anyway, give it a listen. I feel like a lot of people, if you've been watching me for a while, I did a thing called Miracle Monday. Miracle Monday was my Bible study. I really feel like More Than Just Pretty has become the Miracle Monday for me. So if you guys loved or rock with Miracle Monday, tune into More Than Just Pretty. That is like my spirit. That is like me just being full throttle, and you just have to listen. I mean, it's really interesting. It's with downloads God's puts on. I say so many different things on there, y'all. It's like my diary. But now I know thousands of people are listening. So it is what it is. All right, family. So we have a really interesting thing. Again, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for the support in advance. If I don't stop and acknowledge everyone in a moment, I apologize. We only have an hour. So I want to make sure I rock steady. Rock steady, okay? All right, family. So somebody said, I know you discuss relationships and be on point, yet can you connect with film directors to assist in life process? I don't even know what that means. You want me to connect with a film director to do what? I don't know what that means. Anyway, let's get into it, family. So three myths that men get wrong about women. Now, family, there are men that will send me content. There are men that I coach. Y'all know I got brothers. Okay. And so we have people send me stuff. They send me stuff. And I got a video. Thank you, Antoine. Y'all got reached 600,000 subscribers on my Instagram. Okay. So that means on all platforms. I know I just went left, but on all platforms, y'all, your girl touching 2 million. Okay. So who would have thought a girl from New Jersey? By way of Atlanta, Georgia. By way of Atlanta, Georgia. That would be in this position. You know what I'm saying? That's wild to me. It's wild. But God is good. God is amazing, isn't he? Doesn't favor ain't fair, baby. It ain't fair. So anyway, let's keep going. So people have sent me content and they like to argue with me about different things. And one of the things that I received was somebody has said, number one, this is the number one myth that men have gotten wrong about women. First thing that I keep getting is all these different things about women not settling, women not settling, women not settling, women don't settle anymore, women don't settle. Let's start with number one. Let's start with number one. And hear me very clear, family. Hear me very clear. Number one, let's get into it. Most women settle. Mic drop. Did that blow your mind? Most women settle. Now, I've had a lot of men tell me, oh, why won't a woman meet me here? Why won't a woman do this, this, and this? Women don't want to settle no more. Women this, that. Family, most women settle. Most women settle. That is a fact. I know more women that are with men that they don't even like. For real, for real. I know more women that are compromising. Oh, he cheated on me 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, but I don't want to start over with somebody else. I don't want to take the risk of being with somebody. I know women that, you hear songs like by SZA. Somebody just put me on game about a song by SZA, talking about she going to take a charge for her man and do this, that, and the third. But bury the body and all that stuff. Just like there is way more women in the sea that settle. And I would argue, and I would argue this strongly. About 99, I would say 90% of women settle. 90% of women settle. So I'm tired of all the rhetoric about blah, 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 blah. why don't women settle, this, that, and the third. The reality is, family, here's the reality. And I want you to hear me and hear me clear. I think we focus, it's almost like comments. It's almost like comments. I'll tell you what. Sometimes when I watch posts, and I've had to do this differently, you can focus on the one person that ain't rocking with you versus all the people that are. You can focus on the one person that's saying something negative, that's being demeaning and diminishing towards you. You focus on that one person, right? When there's a million people that are loving you and respecting you and giving you your kudos, right? So I think that a lot of times, I think our mindset, our psychology, our wiring is to focus on the people that aren't versus the people that are. Focus on the things that we don't have versus the things that we do. Focus on the people that don't like us versus the people that do like us. And I think in this particular scenario, a lot of men are focusing on the 10% that may not be settling than the 90 that do. And for whatever reason, and I think it's because men are competitive, men want to conquer. That's what they want to do. They want to go after the woman that's not settling because on some level, that's like a dopamine hit. That's like, oh, I got her. She wouldn't settle in for nothing. So that must mean, I'm a top dog in these streets because she wasn't going for nobody. I think that's why guys tend to like women like that. But there's a flip to it. That woman's not settling. So if she feels like you're not on whatever level that is for her, whatever her internal stuff is going on within her, that she's not settling, that means she's got options. Women, family, I need you to hear me and hear me clear. Women are very much sight oriented. What does that mean, Sam? That means that most women are not going to say no, are not going to say no unless they have somebody in their pocket or have somebody that they have attracted interest from that meets that standard. Okay? Just hear me there. They're not looking at the green pasture. Most women are saying to themselves, and they're making decisions off of what they see. Now, if a woman does not see better than what she already has, she ain't gonna leave what she has. If she does not feel like she can attract better than what she has, she's not gonna leave what she has. I don't care what she says. I don't care how much she says, oh, I can do better. Why. No, women internally know, okay, am I? What do I come with? Who gonna put up with me? Can I actually get better based on who I am today? And if that woman does not believe that she can get better or she does not see better, she's not leaving. So the women that are saying no to certain things, it's because they have viable options that they don't have to settle in this situation. Now, what they do with those options are up to them, because you can have options, but can you land the plane, baby? Can you land the plane? And does the plane want to land? Two questions. Does the plane want to land, and can you land the plane? All right. So a lot of women don't. That's the part that's within them with that option, right? Because some women, they go into a situation and you got the option. You got the option because the man is interested in you, right? And everything starts, y'all, with sexual attraction. It's like, man sees you, do I want to sleep with her? That's step number one, attraction. I just want to know I'm attracted to you. I want to see you. I want to be like, ooh, she fine. Ooh, that girl's fine. That starts it off. Then it's mindset. The other higher levels of attraction. That's when a man actually makes a decision about liking you. Y'all, why do I know this? Because I did research on it. This is research. I don't know this because I know it. I know it because I researched it. But that's second level. Third level is how, and I can't remember those third and fourth levels, but third level is different. But that's the second. So because they get the initial attraction, but when it comes to the mental attraction, the whatever that man is looking for mentally, she not landing the plane. Or it might be she not convenient, meaning that she's further away. Maybe that guy doesn't want long distance relationship. He want a closer situation. So he's not trying to logistics. I ain't trying to deal with somebody that's over, she bad and everything. I like her mindset, but she too far. Okay, that makes sense. But to me, I'm telling you, Rod, I've done research. I've done a lot of research on this because I think it's very interesting. I think how we differ in how we think is just so different. Okay, it's just intriguing to me. So if that is not happening, okay, a woman's not gonna say no to you if she doesn't actually see better. Okay, so if you are her best option, she is in her mind, she is not going to say no, even if she's not ready. Now, this is where women mess it up. Women will say yes when they're not ready and sabotage what was best. Okay, they end up pushing the guy away. They end up triggered, saying a whole bunch of stuff, or they move too quickly, or they whatever they do. I'm watching women now how they be going in situations and they be pushing this man away. I mean, just by the things that they do and they say. So it's like they get the man, but they can't keep him. And that's because they're not ready to keep him. They don't know how to keep, they don't have that capacity, whether it's because they haven't healed or whatever that may be. But I don't care what no man say, oh, she just wants to sleep with her. But that's where it starts, family. That's where it starts. Tired of people saying that. Tired of people saying, oh, well, he just wants to sleep with her. Yeah, well, that's where it starts, beloved. That's where it starts with everybody. Now, does everybody go about it the same way? No. Some people go about it more respectfully. Some people don't. But however and wherever, it starts with, is she fine? And for women, now we think the same thing. We look at a man and be like, is he fine to me? Is he attractive to me? Now I can't move. I said this to a lot of different people. I can't land no plane where it don't make my body work. You got to make my body work. Now, some women don't need the attraction. I need attraction. I need to be attracted to you. In order for me to flirt with you, I need to be able to be attracted to you. You got to be something fine to look at. You just got to. Okay. Now, the other women, like I said, they are more personality oriented. And I believe that there's women that are 100% more personality oriented, 100% more into, is a man more willing? Is he settled? Is he this? Is he somebody that's stable? Is he bringing things into the relationship that my past didn't? Like, they're thinking all those things, and that can make a man attractive in and of itself. But you've got to be their best viable option that they see. Women don't normally work on faith. They're working on, are you the best thing I see? Now, if you are the best thing that she sees, meaning there's other men that are at her or that she has access to, that in her mind are a better package, she's going to be what was I gonna say? What's the word I'm looking for? She's not going to settle. She's not going to settle. You in her world have to be the best looking option to her. Now, when she did, and a lot of guys will come at me and say, well, Sam, why she come back to me? She don't went, what's it say? She don't went to some other dude, and she said this, and this, and now she want to come back to me because she found out that although the packaging was attractive, the overall package wasn't. Again, that's where we have to understand, y'all. It's perception. We all are perceiving things. Men, it's a lot more of perception. Oh, you bad, you attractive. You would look good on my arm. That's how men start. You would be a beautiful addition to my arm. You would be the type of female that if I walk into the room with them, they shutting down. Everybody looking at my girl. That's how men start. Then they go into, is there other things mentally going on, or do we work on a personality level? Okay, so that's where we have to, the difference is. Women, on the other hand, we're taking the whole thing in, and if a woman isn't willing to settle, I would say that means that there's somebody in her sights that she has access to that may be better for her, that she thinks. Or that we're going to go into the 10%. We've got women that they're operating off of something different, right? They might be operating off of faith. They might be operating, they don't want to be in a relationship. The aberrations, people that are not normal. But most times, if a woman finds a good enough package that she feels like is best suited for her, she gonna stick with that. Why are the divorce rates crazy? And I'll tell you why, Roddy. Because again, women operate off of what they see. They don't operate, and that's people in general. But I'm saying we're going to talk about, well, that's not true. Men operate off of faith as well. Because I think a lot of men be like, I ain't trying to settle down right now because, I could get blah, 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 blah. So men are thinking that. Like I ain't trying to shut down my situation because I'm not really sure how this thing gonna go. I might be able to smash at least another 300 women. I might be able to get at that one chick that I know where she at. Like they're, men do operate off of faith more so, like potential. Whereas women operate off of the right now. Men are more risk oriented, right? Men are definitely more, they're risky. They're going to make the chances. That makes them competitive. That makes them take risks. That makes them work hard. That's part of a man's makeup. Women are very risk management. Well, I'm not going to make a move until I see that I could do better. And until I can see I can do better, I'm going to stay right here. Because women back in the day, what men are hunters, women are gatherers. We protect the home. That's what we do. So we operate off of safety. We operate off of management. We operate off of what we can control, right? And when it's out of our control, then we don't want to deal with that. Now, a guy's gonna be like, "Well, I'm a hunter, and I like to hunt, so there's at least da 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 going on." And so they can operate in that way. They're not thinking, let me lock it down, secure, safe. Well, some men are, depending on what the option is. And that's a whole nother conversation. We're not going to get into that. But that's my whole point. Number one is that women, most of the time, 9 times out of 10 settle. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, a good thing, but I do think that's a contributor to the divorce rates because women don't operate off of faith. They operate off of what they see and they make a decision and they stay because of that. And then they get into a relationship that they don't like, that they're miserable in, and they end up leaving that man eventually because they wanted somebody. They were trying to lock something down that even in the beginning, they could see that this wasn't going to work out very well. But because they wanted to lock it down and it was accessible to them and it was their best option at the time to them, we're talking about perception, they stayed. So again, you have to, family, we're going into deeper things, but I want you guys to understand that, that's why when men say these things, I'm like, y'all are just focusing on first of all, we got to talk about this first. Men be like, oh, women don't. Y'all are being fooled. Y'all are being fooled by what I call the big bad wolf, right? He who huffs and he puffs and he blows your house down. And then when he meets a brick house, he can't blow it down, right? When something's solid, they can't blow that down. But the hay and the whatever other house, they could blow those things down because they're not solid. I call that big bad wolf talk. You can go ahead and say that's a Sam phrase. That's a Samism. Big bad wolf talk. What do I mean by that? That means that women be on the internet. Oh, I'm not gonna be with blah 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 blah. He gotta have at least blah 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 in the account, and he gotta have a 401k. And when you take me out, he gotta be taking me to the 5-star restaurants. And when we go, we better be driving in the nicest whip. And when we do it, we better be doing it on the highest level. Like they saying all this, that's big bad wolf talk. Oh, it sure is big bad wolf talk. Oh, you want to know how I know that? Let me tell you how I know that. Let me shout out these super chats, y'all. Let me shout out these super chats. I'm sorry. We got Nikolai, who's back in the building. Welcome back, Nikolai. Now let me check the Cash App, y'all, because I haven't even looked at the Cash App. I apologize. If anybody has sent anything. Oh my goodness, y'all. Somebody, y'all, thank you. JL, thank you so much. Keith Brown, thank y'all so much. Nate, oh my gosh, you guys, y'all are so generous. Y'all gonna make me cry tonight. Y'all gonna make me cry. Y'all don't even understand. Like, thank you so much. Nikolai, thank you for showing up in the building. Who's Francis? Thank you, guys. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all don't even, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Thank you, guys. Whew, thank you, guys. I'm not gonna cry tonight. It's been a long week. I'm not gonna cry, but thank you, guys. I'm very, very grateful. Very grateful. Thank you. So let me get back into what I was saying. I apologize. Big bad wolf talk. So women they will have the big bad wolf talk. But as soon as they find a dude that is the best possible option, they get access to a guy that is the most desirable guy that they have access to. A lot of times, a woman will settle. And what do I mean by that? The guy that they have that has the best resume, that they think is the best possible option they can get, oh, they gonna make it easy for him to access. They gonna make it easy for him to. Because they don't want this plane to leave. They don't want this boat to leave the dock. They're afraid of risking him coming back to port. Okay? They're afraid of that. So what they do is try to lock it down. So with that particular guy, that guy can, maybe he's not a good looking guy. Maybe not a good looking guy. Or whatever, but he's got all these other things. Now she gonna say, oh, well, he don't have to be tall. I just said that. He don't have to be that fine. I mean, if a guy treats you well, then I mean, that's all that really matters, right? Like, we start making allowances for what we desire. Okay. Because we know, even though that's not my ideal, that's the best I can do. That is the best option I see. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the mentality we have to understand, is that a lot of times we're thinking that women are thinking in a different capacity. They're not. They're thinking that's how they're thinking. So women are men. So the tribal, thank you so much, tribal, for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much for more than just this, but everything that you do for me. Thank you, sir. Tribal says, so women and men are maturing in relationships at unproportional rates to men? Wait. You got to write that question again. You said, so women are maturing. It's not women and men. Women and men are maturing in relationships at unproportional rates to men. So you meant to say, so women are maturing in relationships at unproportional rates to men. How do women fix this? Now, here's the thing, tribal, and to answer your question that I think you're answering. I think you're asking me. Women are not maturing unproportionally. They're not. They're maturing at the rate they're supposed to mature at. We already know about hypergamy. You guys haven't heard the term hypergamous or hypergamy. It's that women are trying to access the best candidate that they can get. That's hypergamous. Women want the best possible option. And that's for, I both do, but we're talking about women right now. They want the best, they date up. They're trying to get the best possible option they can get. They're trying to lock that thing down. All right. And so I think a lot of men are taking it personally, like, oh, I'm not her best possible option. Well, right now in social media land, it makes it seem like the perception of options are so much more. So women, because they see more, it is harder for them to settle. Same with men. Men see more, it's hard for them to settle, because in their minds, they're seeing women every single day. Makes it very hard for them to settle. It's the same thing, right? Same thing that we're dealing with on both sides of the fence. So we can't say that they're maturing differently, because I would say men are maturing slower. Men don't want to call a relationship a relationship. They want to call it a situationship. They want to say we're not exclusive, but we're this. We're doing all these things to not actually commit. All right. So we're all making immature strategies to protect ourselves in our own way. But how we fix this is not about us fixing this. This is us being aware of this. Why is it important for you to be aware of this? Because a lot of men don't understand how women are wired. Then we have men trying to educate men on how women work. I don't think that that's fair. I don't learn about men, or I haven't learned about men by talking to myself or talking to another woman. I've learned about men by talking to men and learning from men, right? People reach out to me, why do you know so much about men? I was raised with my stepdad, my dad, and I got 2 brothers. I was raised with men. In addition to that, I took classes, I research, I do my back. Like, if this is what I'm going to talk about, then I've got to be knowledgeable about my subject matter. So I do research for real. So to me, I think that a lot of men, in my opinion, you're not going to Northside 777. Don't hate on no Nikolai. Nikolai ain't no. What sticker was it? I read it wrong. I didn't even see the sticker. Was there a sticker? Oh. Puerto Rican prince. Why would she just leave? Have you been left? Has a woman left you? Why would you assume that she's just going to leave? Why would you just assume a woman's going to leave? If it's a good situation, she ain't going to leave it. More times than not, she's not going to leave it. Like I just said, she's not going to leave a situation she knows is good. So why would she leave? Why would she leave? Is it because you go on the internet and you see men saying, oh, she left me for no reason, I don't know why she did it? And you're believing that, and now you're taking that and making relationship decisions based upon what another man says? Absolutely not, Puerto Rican prince. That's not wisdom. Wisdom is, I'm going to figure out this course and I'm going to exercise it with the best wisdom. Man was not created to be alone. Period. You can try to run from it if you want to. That's why a man can say he's single, but he's sleeping with 100 different women. Why? Because he still needs that connection to a woman. And at some point, when the jig is up and the tires lose tread, they want to stay with one woman. At the end of the day, they want everybody wants a genuine connection with one person. But we all want a person that we're excited about. The thing that I want you guys to understand about men that is different from women is that men operate, because y'all operate on faith, y'all are less likely to settle. You might settle in an area. She might not be the baddest thing that you see. Men are willing to compromise on that. She might not be the baddest thing I see, and I might not be able to get the baddest thing I see, but she's a hard worker. She's a good woman. She's kind. She cooks. She cleans. She does this. She does that. So you guys are able to negotiate. What I'm seeing now today is a lot of men like, oh, if I can't get the baddest looking woman to do what the women that may be lower on the totem pole do, then I'm giving up. I'm going to another country where I can be the top dog and get the baddest women. It's like, no, that's not wisdom either. Because once you bring her back to your country, you no longer the top dog. And so you left with the same issue. And the propensity of you being used is very high. So to me, I think that what we have to understand is that sometimes, y'all, we got to just understand where our weight class is. We just got to know what it is. If you feel like you're talking to someone and their options scare you, there's men, I'm just going to be open and honest. There are men that will, every time I speak to them, they're going to bring up an option that I possibly have. Not even an option they think I have, or an option I actually do have that they know about. Be an option they think I have. Oh, well, I know you talking to da-da-da-da, and I'm sure everybody. And I'm like, okay, as soon as you say that to me, I already know what time it is. I already know that whatever options I may have scares you. I know when men come in and they just come in and talking to me and they're not bringing up anybody else, they might say, oh, I know you got options. I know you got to do. They might say that, but most men that got options ain't worried about my options. If they've got good options, they not worried about my options because they're like, okay, well, you a good option, but I'm not, because I got options, I'm not scared of you having options because I have options too. But when a man does not have viable options or the same level of perceived options of the next woman, which is a whole nother conversation, a lot of men talk their way or sabotage that situation because they feel like it's not gonna last. Something's gonna happen. She gonna leave me. She's gonna talk to somebody else. There's somebody better for her. Like their own thoughts end up causing actions that end up sabotaging what they're currently in. That's deeper, but that's the point. Sorry, y'all. I didn't even go through all the stuff that I was doing. Okay, Nikolai. Well, Puerto Rican Prince have a roster. I mean, that's fine. What you on here wanting to know about? You doing big bad wolf talk, in my opinion. That is big bad wolf talk. Why do I say that? Because you on this live. You on this live. That's how I know it's big bad wolf talk. I don't want no woman. I'm good on my own. I don't need nobody. Forget these women. Forget all these forget all these felines. Forget all of them. I'm just do me. I'm just sleep with everybody and I'm gonna do my thing. It's like, okay, that's not real. That's not real. Because let me tell you something. A real player ain't gonna tell you he a player. A real player gonna play like he not playing. That's what a real player do. That's what real players do. Real players. Oh yeah, real players. Look, real player be out here acting like a real player be like, oh no, girl, I don't even know what you talking about, girl. You know, I just be out here minding my business, reading my Bible. That's how players act. They smooth with it. They not gonna come in. Boy, you know I'm out here in these streets. I'm out here doing it like whatever. Like, forget these women. All of them can go in line. Fall in line, felines. It's time for your boy's in the building. He's about to turn. That's not what players do. That's not what players do, family. That's not what players do. Because players have the unique ability. You know, I've talked to players now. I don't talk to some players. All right. And I'm not, and I have no shade to that. But they go about it in a way that's different. They just do. You know what I'm saying? They just do. Players, here's what you got to know about players. Players always want a girl. Players always want a girl, but they just want to have multiple. Like they want one woman that's like the main one, and then they want others. That's a player. That's what players do. They understand the value of a connection with one, but they just moving around. That's what players do. Guys that have been hurt or maybe have isolated themselves because of, you know, just being disappointed, been dating. You find out this other girl doing this. You're like, dang, bro, I thought I really liked her. And she acting like this privately, like, whoa. Or you find about another girl and you're like, man, what's going on with the female population? I can't take none of them seriously. That is different. That is experiential. And I get that. But that's not a situation you're going to stay in. What do you mean by that, Sam? Because at some point, because ultimately disappointment got you into this position, right? Your pain has got you into that position. At some point, your heart, who you truly are, who we are, all truly are, is going to show up. That's just pain. That's just pain putting on Okay. So again, I get it though. I understand it. And I think that I'm doing this live and I gotta get to it. I'm doing this live because I want you guys to be put on game. Right. Because I that's what I try to do. If I yeah, try to put you all on game. Thank you, Nikolai. Thank you, Nikolai. Nikolai. Thank you, Nikolai. 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 So anyway, y'all, let's get into the second one. So we talked about how the first thing is that 9 out of 10 women settle. Number 2, I saw another one that said, okay, women, a woman, what did he say? This guy said specifically that a woman, if she's asking you to apply pressure, she doesn't like you. That was number 2. If a woman's asking you to apply pressure, this is the myth, she doesn't like you. Y'all, that is so far from the truth. I don't know what to do. I could literally kick the table. Because a woman only wants the man that she likes to apply pressure. She could care less about the 100. If she's got hundreds of people in her DM, she only cares about the one that she's actually interested in. Because even if a woman has thousands of options, there may be 1 or 2 or 3 that she's truly, okay, that could be something. That's the same with men. Same with men. I think we're different, but there's similarities, right? There's some commonalities. A man can have access to thousands of women. He knows that there's only a couple that he'll run across that could be something. It's just what it is. We all have that, right? And so even with a woman like that, if a woman cares about whether or not you are communicating, whether you are applying pressure or not, if she takes the time to notice that, that means she does like you. That is absolutely a myth. A woman who does not care whether you are applying a pressure or not is a woman who don't like you. If a woman's like, well, why don't you call me? Why don't you text me? Why don't you do this, that, and the third? You never think about me. Why don't you text me when you get home? You don't ever think. Like, is she doing all that? Oh, why'd you like that girl's photo? That just doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to only like my photos. What are we doing? What are we really doing here? Like, if she's doing that, that means she like you. Period. Period. Whatever everybody else is saying, exactly. Whose friends is clingy? Clingy energy means I like you. I don't know who told these men to come out here and say that that's not what that means. No, when women add expectations to you, they like you. When they want to see things from you, they like you. Period. When you don't text one day and they're like, what happened yesterday? Like, were you busy or something? Why would she care? She wouldn't care. She would be focused on the dude that she does like that didn't hit her up or did hit her up. And here's the thing, y'all. Some women ain't gonna tell you what's on their mind anyway. Look, Puerto Rico Prince, he done said some things. Well, Tribal said this first. Future wifey, if you see this, you know what to do. Oh, come on, Tribal. Hit him with the one line or whatever. I'm not clingy. So you ain't gonna know by me being clingy. If you looking for a woman, that might be the third myth. That might be the third one. But a woman who's applying pressure, applying pressure and wants you to apply pressure or whatever, yeah, she like you. Period. However, there are some women that are aberrations to every rule. If you run across any woman that's like me, I ain't gonna apply no pressure on you. I'm not. Mm-mm. I call it follow the leader, beloved. I call it follow the leader. I'm gonna follow your energy. What you do, I do. What's that song? I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. And DJ, bring that back. How you ain't gonna front on me? No, sorry, y'all. Anyway, my urban energy coming up. Let me bring it back. But yeah, no, yeah. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow your lead straight up. I think that it's a lot of therapy that's happened with me that I don't allow my emotions to drive no car. I will have a whole dialogue with self. I will cry myself and I will do all of that and I will be with me. And that other person will not know because that's just not that's probably years of therapy that's done that. I do not allow my emotions to drive the car. I try my very best to put them in the back seat and move with strategy, move with logic, not moving with, oh my God, what happened? Why didn't he call me back? Why didn't he text me? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I'm not gonna put that. I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna marinate on that. I'm gonna focus on something else. So you have to also understand that some women don't move like that. They're not clingy. I'm not gonna be clingy. I got too much to do to be clingy to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I might like to talk to you for a while. And we can, when you have long relationships, you end up, you could be on FaceTime with them all day. They could be doing whatever and you doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could be over here writing a whole paper while the man dealing with might be playing a video game and y'all just hearing each other breathe. And that's the type of relationship y'all have. There's different types of relationships we can have in these things. So you have to understand the aberration of that. But if a woman is clingy and a woman does want you to apply pressure, she does like you. That's a myth that I had to debunk that rumor. Who's Francis said, like I said, she ain't clingy. How are you supposed to know she like you? How do you know a woman likes you? And I feel like if a woman is reciprocating energy, okay, if she's giving you a little bit, if she throwing if she flirting with you, she giving you compliments, I that's what I'll do. I'm extremely dry if I don't like you. Now, if I am I interested, I'm gonna be a little bit more. I'm gonna be less dry. Now, if you done played some games for a while, I'll be dry again. But that again, it's a reciprocation of energy that you have to look for. And sometimes we expect everybody to be the same. Some women are different than others. We just like there's some men that are different than others. We have to make room for those differences. We have to make room for those changes, family. Okay. So Puerto Rican Princeton told on himself. Now I know what the cat's out of the bag. He said, my ex did all that and she still cheated. She didn't even want me to give other girls hugs at my church hugs. Puerto Rican Prince, if you would have came to me first, I would have told you that's a red flag that she gonna cheat. A woman who is extremely insecure. Hear me very clear, beloved, so that because you want a relationship. You just hurt, and that makes sense. I've been hurt too. I know how that feels. It's very hard to put yourself out there again, and I'm learning as you're learning. I'm learning as everybody else is learning how to put yourself in that position again and be vulnerable again. It's very, very hard. Here's what I'll tell you: when a woman is extremely insecure and she is in need of probably constant reassurance and constant energy and constant validation, I want you to know that no matter what you do, no matter how often you do it, it will never be enough. That's what anybody is insecure. If somebody needs constant reassurance and validation, y'all, to me, that's a turnoff now. There's people that have been in my life that wanted to date me because they were like, I need you to prove, like the energy was, I need you to prove that you like me, prove that you're interested. No, I'm good. I'm actually okay. Because you should know enough about who you are as a person. You should be like, when I communicate with guys, in life, and they're wanting to interact with me on that level. I'm assuming you like me. I'm not assuming you don't like me. I'm not assuming I'm filling up space. I'm filling up. I don't assume that. I assume that, you know what? I'm a valuable individual, and I'm not gonna settle for less. I don't care who you are. Like if it's below my standard, it is what it is. I operate on the faith. I operate on faith, not the other. And so for me, when she's saying she don't even want you to hug other girls at your church, that's a red flag. Puerto Rican Prince, I could have told you that. That's a red flag. She gonna cheat. I know that sounds crazy, but even when a man is hyper vigilant about you cheating, oh, you better not hug nobody at your church. You better not do this. They the main ones because they know what they're capable of. They know what they're doing. It's called projection. It's a primitive defense mechanism that we have. When we are so consumed and concerned about what somebody else is doing, that either means A, you've been hurt before and you haven't dealt with your triggers, or B, you know what you're capable of. You know what you're doing. And so now you're worried about where I'm going, who I'm talking to, who I'm hugging, you're worried about all these other things. That's a red flag, Puerto Rican Prince. And that's why we have to do get my free ebook. Get my free ebook. And you ain't got to cost no money. It will tell you what to look out for, what to look for, and what to look out for. Because a lot of guys miss those signs. They think this clingy energy, like what old boy is saying, what's his name? Who's Francis is saying, oh, clingy. Clingy is not always good. Clingy is also a sign that she, as soon as somebody else gives her a compliment, as soon as somebody else pays her some type of attention, she's loyal to who's validating her, not who is with her, because she's not self-validating. So a secure woman is less likely to chase you and make you feel like she wants you. A secure woman is gonna let you do what you do. A secure woman gonna sit in the back like your girl Sam over here and be like, okay, I'll see you on the return. Bye. I'll be this way. Write me on the other side. Yeah. I'm going to do all that. Why am I going to do that? Because I know my value. And you may not be ready for what I come with. And that's fine. I might be too much for you. That's cool. I might be, I don't know. There could be a lot of different reasons why we don't match. And I'm okay with that. Somebody who is insecure is going to try to make you see their value. They're going to be extra clingy. They're going to be extra needing a validation from you because you are now the source. And when you stop filling up the empty well of validation, they on to the next one. And it'd be the prettiest women. The prettiest women. You know what Kanye West said, y'all? The prettiest women do the ugliest things on the road to riches and diamond rings. That's a real statement. All right, let me move on. Here we go. Arthur Barnes says, you live in a different reality because of beauty. How do I live in a different reality? How? There's pretty women. Super sticker. Thank you, Nikolai. Nikolai is showing up and showing out, y'all. Nikolai says, Sam, I haven't been on, but you know what, girl? I got you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, John. Thank you, John. So I just got the cash apps, you guys. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you so much. Y'all gonna make me cry tonight. I'm literally probably gonna be bawling when I go to sleep tonight. Morris Prince, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Okay, here we go. Samantha, women always show interest in the man they like. Cool, cuz I am here to tell you, beloved. What do you mean by that? Interest varies. Okay. So my level of interest might be, I like your picture. My level of interest might be, I'm watching your stories or something. That might be how I show interest. I might not be the one who's gonna call you, initiate text messages. That might not be my style. If I'm doing those things, that means I'm interested. If you can contact me, I'm trying to keep a conversation going. That's me showing I'm interested. But I'm not gonna go out of I'm not gonna be the calling, texting, clink. That's not what I'm going to do. Just not. So you got to determine what you think interest is. And I can help you decide. I can help you here. Of course, I'm here every Wednesday night, y'all. If you have a question, I'm here. You could come on here and send me like a super chat and just let me see it so I can see it and I can answer your question for sure. I be feeling like I want to get close and touch with you, but I'm standoffish sometimes with trust issues. You know, Kill P, I think a lot of people feel that way. I feel that way too. I mean, I just do, you know. Come on, Arthur Barnes with the wisdom. People who need too much attention cannot be trusted. Absolutely. If you feel that somebody, well, attention, that varies, right? But I think that when people are not self-validating, and you can see a lot of that in how they conduct themselves in relationships. When people are chasing after you and doing everything they can to prove their value, to prove their worth to you, or they need a lot of reassurance. They're all over. That tells me you're not secure. You're not secure with who you are. You're not secure with what you bring to the table. You do not think you're my best option. So if you don't think you're my best option, you're right. That's how I look at it. If I'm communicating with somebody and they're insecure and they're all over the place and it's driving them a little bit crazy, I'm like, you must know that you might be batting out of your league. This might be too much for you. And I'm not even trying to do anything to you. I'm not saying anything, I'm not doing anything, but just because you feel the overwhelming desire, women try to close the space, right? Men are trying to get reassurance. Like, you like me, right? You're interested, right? You want me, right? You like me, right? You interested, right? You like me. It's like, yeah. And they read that off of me reaching out, me calling, me texting. And when I don't do that, that means I don't like them. That's not true. That's just not how I move. I'm not going to be calling, texting like that. I'm just not. Unless we develop a rapport and we've decided that that's who you want me to be in this. And I've developed enough security with you that it's like, okay, I can be open. I can call you when I want to call you. I can text you when I want to text you. But that's developing over time. A woman like me ain't going to do that. I'm not going to just be out here doing it. That's just reality. Thank you, Nikolai. Thank you, Nikolai. I'm trying to see. Huh. Nikolai is showing out tonight, y'all. Nikolai is showing out. Dame Good Lifestyle. I love that name. Dame Good Lifestyle. That's very cute. Why you say Dame? Is your name Damien? That's cute. I like it. Okay, John is saying, can you do a brief explanation of choosing signals? I'm new to all this, having trouble with approaching women. I hear a lot of guys wait for those. Choosing signals is like, okay, so when a woman, it depends on where you are. So a lot of people are meeting on social media, and that's like, you'll have men that will like a bunch of women's photos. And if that woman reciprocates the liking of those photos, then there's like a choosing signal. And then you can go into like her story, or you can follow her, see if she follows you back. I know that sounds crazy, but this is social media age. It's a new thing. Right? So that's what you do. Once the following back, like, now you already know she interested. So now it's about who's going to jump into the DMs first. You know, that's what that is. When it comes to that. So liking photos, that's very like, I'm interested, but I'm kind of putting my live out there, but I'm not like really putting my live out there. But when the back and forth and the following, all that, then you already know there's interest there and you can move accordingly. If she follows you back, then I would jump in her DMs. That's what I would do. Listen, baby, shoot or shoot. Y'all know it. They shoot now. So y'all got to shoot. So that's one. If you're out now, okay, women are different out. Now, I think a lot of men are afraid of rejection. I get it. Because women are kind of mean today. That's on us. We have to work on that. That's stupid. I don't know why we do that. But it's ego. I know why. Because of ego. That, like, they want to feel like they got all these options. That's why they do it. But anyways, that's the point. So if you're out and you like somebody, you find them attractive, you know, you can always kind of like strike up a conversation and see how, not related to like dating, not related to anything, but just like something like natural. You know, I was at the gym and I was walking out of the gym. A guy walked past me, and then he like double backed and came towards me, and we had a conversation. I was I wasn't interested in the person in that way, but they found, they whatever. So I felt they knew I wasn't by my energy. You could tell I wasn't there, right? So whatever he did with that, he did. But I think that sometimes guys will overlook that and be like, well, I don't even care. I'm gonna convince her. If she give me the time of day, I'm gonna show her that I'm worth your time. Well, that's not gonna, for me, I don't, that's not how I move. Like I said, it's attraction or it's not. I think you can strike up a conversation that isn't about dating, just like, hey, you could, I'm trying to think. You can talk about, if you at the gym, you can talk about somebody working out. Like, how long you been going to this gym? Blah, 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 blah. Like, just something that's a random, that has nothing to do with actually dating. See how they're engaging with you then. Read the room. Read the energy. Read the vibe you're receiving from this woman. If she's giving you eye contact, smiling, keeping the conversation going, you might be in a situation where somebody's interested in you, right? Those are signals. Keeping eye contact, not acting like she's got to go somewhere, that type of stuff. Those are signals, right? So just sometimes it's just simple as that, or even, in the DM, if you get in there, you don't have to go in straight for, hey, what's up? I want to get to know you on that level. You ain't got to do that. You could talk about something random, right? So those are the type of things I would say as far as choosing signals. I hope that was helpful. Let me go all the way down. I get that. Okay. Why she call me so late? Last but not, where is this? You can only see. I see a chicken be like your gluteus maximum work. Okay, no. Okay, anyway, y'all be talking to someone. So I want to give the very last thing, because I've given you guys two. I have not given you guys three. I'm not giving you guys three. The last thing that I would say that is a myth. And I had it, but because we went in different directions, I have lost it. Most women settle. Oh, y'all, I lost it. Dang it. Hold on. I wrote it down. Myth 3, women don't want to submit. I'm looking it up, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all, I cannot believe y'all got me lost in this. I had so. Oh, I know. Okay, I got it. So this is related to the attitude towards sex. This is the last thing that I think a lot of people, I think it's a myth on both sides, but I think that when it comes to women and sexual activity, I think that a lot of people assume that, especially nowadays, that women are preferring certain options versus other ones. Like they want the situationships, they want the non-committal, they want those things. I will honestly say that as much as women enjoy sexual activity too, which I think is a new concept for people, right? It's a new wave of understanding of like, oh, we like it too. We don't have to control our desires either. We have that going. I think the big thing that I feel is not accurate is that a lot of women, there are women that casual, we may desire sexual activity. We may desire that. That might be something that we desire because we are sexual beings. We do have desires. But I would argue that most women want something intentional. Most women want something intentional. The only reason why they are doing this little dumb thing that I really dislike is like sleeping with this guy that they feel like they don't like immediately so that they don't get caught up, and then the guy that they do like, they make wait. I don't understand that mentality. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think that if you go and wait, you go and wait. I think that discipline is a beautiful concept to practice in all aspects of self. I think that if I'm the man I'm asleep with, if that's who I'm with, that's who I'm with. It's not me. I slept with some guy that I felt like I had no future with until you came along. That shows no discipline. That shows no discipline. That shows I'm just out here. And then that guy, the next guy that does like you, that you are making wait, he gonna be like, why am I gonna wait? You giving it to this guy you don't like, but then you want me to wait? That doesn't make any logical sense. It doesn't make logical sense. I don't know why we do this. This whole sneaky link concept, I think, is dumb. I think eventually you'll get connected to that spirit, period. That's why women end up being with men that they don't see no future with, because you end up sleeping with this guy. Now you all tied to him. You all investing in it because when we sleep with each other, we emote hormones that attach us. That's just what it is. That's why I'm careful in a world of people not being careful, because you don't want to get connected to somebody that you don't ultimately want to be with. I'm not about that whole sneaky link life. I'm not built for it. I'm not. So if somebody is in my world or in my atmosphere that want me, they already know I'm not ready for that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't play that game. I'm not built for it. And it's not even because I'm trying to play a game with them. It's to protect my mental health and your peace. Because the less I'm out here, or the less that I'm like, if I'm sleeping with you, there's no way I am going to be a peaceful individual while I know you out here sleeping with other women. That's not going to make the process easy for you. It's not going to make the process easy for me. So I look at it from the situation of, go do you. I'm cool with it, but you're not going to sleep with me too at the same time. I'm not going to stop you from swimming those seas, and we can kick it and we can figure out what we're doing and we can exchange energy and see where that takes us. But I know me, I cannot do both. And so I think a lot of men, what y'all don't understand is that all the women are out here and they're trying their best to be impartial about sleeping with somebody. Here's how I know that. Because why would you have to go to somebody that you know you don't want no relationship with to sleep with? If you can really move like men, you could sleep with somebody and it doesn't matter who they are. You could be like, oh, she bad, and the next day she not that bad, she okay, but she's accessible to me. That's how men think. Men can sleep with somebody whether they're the baddest thing moving or not. They are thinking from the mentality of, I'm just here to do what I'm doing. Women can't do that. That's why we go to the guy that we feel like is the least likely option that we would ever settle down with, so that mentally we can be okay if the relationship goes nowhere. We don't care if the guy likes us or not. That's what we delude ourselves into thinking. But the reality is, if I have to go to that level, if I have to go to that extent, that means that I can't really do this casual sex thing for real. I can't. I'm really not built like that. So now the guys that the guy thinks The person who's winning is your sneaky link because he didn't have to do half of the work that you're trying to make me do. Half of the work you're trying to make me do, half of the waiting I had to do, and he just exists. He just ain't got nothing going on. Now that I got everything going on, I'm the guy you making wait. No, family, no. But the reality of it all, just to explain the game, is not just, oh, women this, women. The reason why we do that is because we can't handle casual sex for real. We want to be physical. We have urges just like men do. However, we understand that if we sleep with somebody too much, or we like them too much, we're going to end up being connected to them in a way that we don't want to. So we try to make it the most unrealistic option for us that we end up connecting with, because it's almost like one of them. It's almost like y'all watch the It's almost like watching I'm trying to think of it. It's almost like watching a basketball team, y'all. And you know how the team or a person, when they ain't got nothing to lose, it's like it's all on the line, but I ain't got nothing to lose. There's no pressure on me. I'm not this guy or that guy. I just got to show up today. And if I play well, I play well. If I don't, I don't. That is the mentality of a woman that is playing this casual sex thing. It's like it's the pressure is off me to perform. The pressure is off me to be good or to be bad, because you're not like, in my world, you're not LeBron James. This game ain't got nothing to do with me. You ain't, you know, if you, every other team besides Team USA, right? We can look at it. Y'all love it. Team USA got all the pressure. Today, they almost lost against Serbia. I was on the edge of my seat. My heart was palpitating. My blood pressure was up. I'm watching. I'm like, oh my gosh, Lord, intervene, Jesus. Intervene, Lord. We can't go out like this. Not with the Avengers. Not with the super team. But they got all the pressure, right? But if another team like South Sudan come up and they win, they got no pressure. They perform well, cool. If they don't, it doesn't matter. We didn't have expectations anyway. That's how it is with casual sex with women. That's why we choose who we choose. We choose the South Sudan. We don't have there's no pressure on South Sudan. We don't have no expectation on South Sudan. We didn't think South Sudan was going to do nothing. But because they did, they was all over the place. Oh my gosh, South Sudan, the USA on this, this exhibition game, they only won by 1 point. I can't believe it. What is happening with the world? What is happening? It's like, wait, because South Sudan ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got no pressure. They can perform. They can just do what they want to do. Right? And so that is the difference. Like, Team USA had to win this game. They are expected to win gold. The expectations are all on them. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna have to end this in a second because we gonna do what we do. But I'm gonna finish up the analogy and I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up. But when we looked at the Team USA had a gold expectations. So if Team USA lost today against Serbia, that would have been a huge upset because all the expectations were on them performing on a high level. And even when people were saying they weren't scoring however many points above every other thing. But that's why I say to y'all that in the end, the reason why women do it is because they're not expecting a South Sudan to score. They're not thinking that eventually, if South Sudan play long enough, hard enough, at some point they're gonna win the game. They're not expecting that. But because they have somebody in their mind that's like a Team USA, they have all these expectations, they're playing them with a different strategy than a South Sudan. Right? So that's where we have to understand. I really do believe that at the end of the day, we all have to understand women can't just be, women like casual sex. They like this. They don't. They're doing it out of necessity. And the reason why there's a sneaky link is because they're looking at them like a South Sudan. They're not expecting this person to score. They have no expectations. They're like, okay, whatever. I'm not assuming that this is going to go anywhere. And so they treat the Team USA, who got every eye on them. They're treating them like, oh, well, you better win this game. If you don't win this game by this amount of points, this was a failure. This was not a success. Who are you against? Like, there's all the pressure on them. And so I think that when we just take out and say we have enough discipline, which is what I'm hoping that over time I've seen women, there is a movement of women that are being abstinent. I saw statistics, women are increasingly choosing to be abstinent during the dating process, which I am so excited about because I think it's important. Right? Because I think that it really does decrease the value of connection. Because y'all, statistics show we were created to be created. We were created to be connected. Period. We were created to be connected. And when we take away the value of connections and cheapen connections because we want to give somebody all the expectations and then give somebody no expectations, it then cheapens the value of what you're giving to that relationship because you gave it to the person who had no expectations, but you're not giving it to me, who's the Team USA, who's the team with the most expectations. You're not giving me nothing. You make me jump through hoops, but this guy who's done nothing for it, like, we have to look at it completely different. And again, it is not because women just like it or they just like it with him or this, that, and the third. It's just, I don't have no pressure in this situation. I am not expecting this team to win gold. So I don't care what happens here. That's why I'm doing this with this particular person because there is absolutely no pressure. Now with this person, I've got to perform. I've got to show out. I've got to beat every team by 20 plus points. That's why I'm treating this situation completely different. So I hope that made that clear for you guys. The myth that I feel like men are getting wrong about women. 3 myths that I don't think people get right about women. All right. So anyway, like random house stations, no pressure, no disappointment. 100%. That is why I'm saying. That is why I'm saying no pressure equals no disappointment. That's what people think. But let me tell you something. As soon as a woman connects to a man physically, that man has the ability to disappoint her. She doesn't know that. And she may be able to hide it better because she already knows she entered into this willingly. And she can display it like, I didn't want him anyway. That's how you can dismiss the thought. But any man you allow connect to you in that way, any kind of way, but like emotionally, physically, oh, he can disappoint you. Once you connect to somebody, they can disappoint you. It is what it is. But we delude ourselves into believing that if I come into it with a certain mindset, that lessens my chance of being disappointed. All right, family. I love y'all. I came on here. I was an hour and 20 minutes, of course, in Sam fashion. Came here longer. Let me go ahead and shout out our super chats tonight. I already shouted out Tribal and Marquis said, I like this show. Great info. Thank you so much. We talked about choosing signals. So I think I got the last three. And Marquise ended it with a like this show, great info. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for your support. Let me go ahead and check this other, making sure I didn't miss anything on the other side on the Cash Apps. I didn't. So I thanked everybody. I want to make sure that I do that because you guys don't have to do this. And I know that you do not have to show up. You do not have to support me. You don't have to do any of these things. You choose to. And I appreciate that. And I want to make sure that I make a point reaching out and at least thanking you on every single live because it means more to me than you could ever know. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with me on this impromptu last minute live. I think we had a great turnout. Go ahead and like, share, comment. I think that we had a lot of great dialogue tonight. I think it'll be helpful for a lot of different people. So anyways, I love you guys and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.